What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Warhammer 40K Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Splattercat, happy to have you here today as we take our heavy weapons expert and run through the enemy's lines, shooting them with las guns, las pistols, and everything else we can get our hands on. Right now, we do have some new loot in our inventory. We've got a main, so I've got a thing that makes me better at channeling right there. I've got a new inoculator that looks like it's quite a bit better than the one that we had previously. It gives us bonus HP, which I think is a good... Anytime I have more HP, I'm generally happier. I would love to... The only thing that bums me out so far is we didn't start out in, like, shitty armor. You know, like running around in basic Inquisitor's clothing and earning the awesome power armor. Like, I don't know, it's kind of cool with Diablo-type games to see yourself building and getting more badass as time goes along and becoming stronger. And so... that's the only part so far that has bummed me out. And it seems like a weird complaint to have, and I'm not even sure it's a valid complaint. But it's like, I wanna... So what's the difference between these right here? We've got a dot, we've got 2 HP per hit, so I can actually use my grenade as a heal, but it deals less damage. That's okay. Equip that right there. Our power rating's going. We've also got a purity seal. It looks like we've got a refractor shield. Really, that's pretty rare in the Imperium. That's not like a common item to have. We've got damage against Chaos Marines. We've got critical hit chance, dot duration, and that's an eyeball implant. What is our current one doing? Extra HP. I'm going to keep the HP one for right now because I don't think 0.34 crit is really worth swapping out for. As far as our signums are concerned, we've got heat resistance. I'll probably keep it the way it is right now and salvage some of this stuff. With our neural implant, we regenerate suppression a lot faster and we get heat resistance. And it gives us better focused casting. So I'll go ahead and take that. That's also raised that up right there. We're at basic difficulty at the moment. We are just a basic ass soldier. We've got a badass shotgun right there that's quite a bit better than the one that we had previously. So I am going to go ahead and equip that. Are those the same shotgun? Those are the same shotgun right there, but I guess I'll probably swap out for a plasma pistol somewhere. Is this on my separate set? Like, how am I swapping? Oh, you still use tab, so it's for a separate set. So we always have to have a... Oh, I see it now. Okay, so we've got a plasma pistol right there, and then we could choose between that and the las gun. You know, I wasn't super impressed with the shotgun, so I'm going to leave the shotgun alone for right now. We're going to try out the plasma pistol for a little bit, although in the Warhammer 40K universe, warfare is like a rating that we have down here, and so as we build that up, it looks like we get, we get little perks that are unlocked, and it looks like maybe we can slot those up here when we get to different levels. Okay, cool stuff. We've got 1 extra point to apply here. My suggestion... Oh, never mind. No, we don't. We've got 0 points. Never mind. We have no points available. Fine, then. I didn't want to do that anyways. Let's go to the store. We've got a bunch of stuff that we can sell off here. I think it's probably a good idea for us to do that since we can't use the majority of it anyways. We'll get rid of some of those shotguns. We'll make a little bit more money. There's nothing in here that I want, and so we're going to have to wait for her to reset in 30 minutes. She does have some new armor, which I think is pretty cool. It costs 4,500. It looks like we can get Mars Assault Armor. Mars Pattern Assault Armor would be normally how that's phrased in the Warhammer 40K universe. It looks like it gives us some kind of boost jet thing on the back. Like some kind of jump jet. It's assault armor, so I assume that we get that. We've also got demolition armor over here that gives us warp resistance. What is that right there? We've also got sentinel armor, but that costs 18,000 and we just can't afford that. We've also got some add-ons in here that we can shop for. And we've got stun mines. That might be kind of cool to have. I'm looking for really anything that allows me to regenerate HP or... yeah, like that Scythe Purity Seal right there looks pretty good. We get suppression regeneration and we get HP regeneration. See, that's the stuff that I'm looking for right there. We've also got a flash grenade. I'll take that, and I'm going to take the Mars Assault Armor just so we can play around with something new. Because it's a new episode, so why not try out some new things? So with our Assault Armor right there, oh, we look like a badass. Hell yeah. And that looks like we lost our missile launchers, but we do have some kind of like Guardian Angel jump jet system that we're going to be able to use to assault our enemies. Badass. We've also got some purity seals over here. Those can be mounted on the armor. So I'll put that right there. That's going to take us up to 61, which is very nice. I'm going to keep the frag grenades for the moment because I think we've earned it. I think we've earned it, and we don't need to do anything else with it. That can only be slotted in right there. I do think that this whole display right here needs a rework, but since it's early alpha and we don't know how this is going to end up at the end of the game, I'm not going to critique that so far right now. But I do think they need a better inventory system where, like, you know, it looks a bit more like Diablo, or it looks a little bit more like PoE, where... you've got that like centered, and then you've got a line going to each part that you wear. I'd like to see it segmented out a little bit more too, with like chest pieces, gloves, shoulder pads, and things of that nature, but that might not be in the cards for this game. Let's grab ourselves another mission and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into in the 41st millennium. So we've already wanted to port Aria. We're going to go there again and see what's available. I'm going to teleport on out here through the warp, although that's always a dangerous prospect whenever you're flying around. On this side, we've got 2 missions available. Or 1 mission available. 77 challenge. And so we've got a drifting void ship with disabled plasma reactors been detected by station auger arrays. The vessel disappeared more than 100 years ago after distress call describing a boarding attack by Chaos Legionnaires. The ship's logs have been classified in the recent sources of intelligence. Board the ship and get data vessels. This looks a little scarier than what we might be able to handle. It's 77 challenge, and we are currently, I think it's 60-something, like 67. It's a little bit stronger than us, so maybe I'll back off that location for just a moment. We'll take a look at what we have available here. So we also have a premium mission right there, a Nurgle infestation. That one looks like we can handle it. Let's go fight some Nurglings. Let's jump on in here and see if maybe we can get rid of these pustulant little bastards. Although if I was going to play Chaos, Nurgle is my favorite faction of Chaos. I'm not a big fan of Chaos. Never have been in the Warhammer 40K universe. They're kind of like the edgelords, so there's Nurgle breeding sites that need to be dealt with. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Chaos. I've always been more of an Orc guy. I do like the Imperials. I do like the Imperial Guard, so I'm glad this game doesn't like center around Space Marines or anything like that, because I feel like Space Marines get too much love in the Warhammer 40K universe. They get too much attention. And I know Games Workshop has got to pay the bills with their poster boys, but it's just like, I don't like them. I don't like them. I like the Imperial Guard. I like Orcs. Aside from that, though, there's not a whole lot of factions that interest me.
My flesh mind is reeling from the demonic cacophony that emanates from the contaminated area. Real space is coming apart at the seams. It is the work of the Plague Lord, no doubt.
Well, I've got a plasma gun over here. It looks like it hurts. It looks like it hurts like hell. However, I am getting some kind of like audio distortion when I use it. I'm getting some crackling or whatnot that's taking place. So we've got nests around here that I've got to destroy. Well, let's focus on getting rid of... Oh, we've got plague bearers over here. That's not good. I'll take a look at my abilities in just a moment. My hope is that I've got some kind of big discharge here I'll be able to use. Nurglings are fans of discharge, right? I'm going to get behind this barrier. They're trying to run up on me on this side. Nurglings over there. Ugh, good lord. They are just like everywhere. We've got a kill streak going right now. This might be a situation where I don't know if they're spawning the Nurglings, but either way, we've got to get rid of them. We're taking way too much damage right now. So plasma gun, do your thing and get the enemy taken out. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some clipping from the sound effect that plays for the plasma gun. However, it does sound basically like I expect a plasma gun to sound. We got 15 bucks right there. Who knew that Nurglings had $15? Who knew? Well, who knows? Now we know. I guess, faux show. Go away, plague bearers. Nobody has anything to say to you right now. You and your strange, edged weapons coated in the heresy of disgustingness. Like a Mucinex commercial gone bad in here. So what abilities does this have? We have a focused bolt and we have a single shot. I may actually slot into our las gun for right now because it gives us a little bit more range to play around with. And I very much enjoy the increased rapid fire that it affords me. Got an unbound raider on that side. I need to clear out some flanks, and if I don't, I think we're going to struggle a little bit. So he's now gone. Let me get in behind some barrels. We'll regenerate for just a moment. He's got to go. Goodbye. Oh, we've got like a champion over here. He's got a pretty big battle axe. I ain't playing around with that. This dude's packing big weapons to make up for the fact that he's probably compensating. More than likely. You know Chaos. You know how Chaos do. They like to compensate. Let me get some cover back real fast. I'm going to put a grenade on these dudes because it feels wise to me. And down they go. It is interesting seeing the variation on the Diablo gameplay here because I've never seen a Diablo-type game that has like a cover system and everything like that. We'll get rid of you guys. I don't see these spawning pits that it says I'm supposed to be looking for, but then again, this entire area is kind of boogery and gross, and so it's hard to determine what it is that I'm even looking for when there's just like slime covering everything. Goodbye, Unbound Raider. You existed, now you no longer exist. Hooray for the glorious cleansing might of the Big E. The Big E, the imps taking care of us. What the hell is that? A Nurgle hive? Alright, well that's what we're looking for, so let's get rid of the damn thing. Looks a little bit different than I expected. I don't know. I expected it to look like a big nostril or something like that that would discharge. I agree. I enjoy the rudimentary solutions too. Like, why make it complicated? We could just get out here, and dispense some real hate and avarice towards our enemies, you know what I mean? Like, if we can do this the fun way, why do it the efficient way? We can break out them good weapons. It looks like we're more or less able to tank these guys, so I'm not going to worry too much about my health and safety. They do have some nasty regeneration going on that's a little bit more difficult to handle than I would like, but at the same time, they don't seem to have... They don't seem to have a whole lot of fortitude to take a lot of the shots that I'm giving them. Oops, psychers. They got to go first. If there's one thing I know about the Warhammer 40K universe, it's when there's psychers around. They have got to go. They have got to go with the quickness. You know what has weirded me out? I've been playing a lot of Blood Bowl lately, and like, it always weirded me out in Blood Bowl that there's no like Bright Wizard teams or anything like that. It seems like something that they're missing, like wizard-based teams that are like really, really soft and squishy but have like teleportation and stuff like that. Maybe it's just too hard to balance. I don't know. Get rid of this dude right here, and then we will contemplate... that is not what I wanted. I kind of threw the wrong object right there, but frankly, we've got a lot of grenades anyways, so... not a big concern. What I wanted was the charge bolt right there. I wanted to hit him with the hotshot charge pack. That dude can go too. I'm going to go ahead and whittle that guy down. Obviously, I do think a lot of the spell effects and whatnot in this game, I'm going to call them spell effects right now because it's an easy and relatable way for me to describe what's going on screen. But I do think some of the spell effects need to be worked on. The developers may want to look at stuff like Diablo 3 and whatnot for the way that their channeled spells hit enemies and like bounce off of them and throw splashes. We do have a... What does this do? Allows me to jump into combat and do like a big explosion. Okay. I don't know as a ranged character if that's ever going to be something that I'm going to prioritize, but I'll keep it in mind for future stuff. Does this go through enemies? Oh, it does. Hell yeah. Okay, we'll just give him the nice slice. Sweep, sweep, swish, swish. Cut him in half action right there. Does it go through cover as well? Oh, it does. Ooh, that's kind of nasty then. That's the ability we want to be using so long as our heat doesn't get too far out. I like how there's little bits of flame on the ground that just sit around after you get done swishing people to death with these super awesome death rays. It looks like they regenerate faster than I'm going to be able to get them. We'll swap back over to plasma for just a minute. There we go. Give them the plasma. Plasma will do what we can't normally do. Let our other gun recharge for a moment and get some of that heat dissipated. We got a couple of enemies down here. I'll probably take them out real fast with a channeled attack. Put a couple more on this guy, and it is looking golden for us. Ooh, we got a bunch of dudes lined up over here, so if I can deal multi-damage to all these guys, yup, no harm, no foul from me. Deal that damage. Get them taken care of. The fires of Imperial death is all that they deserve. We got one hive down. We got another one over here to deal with. My best guess is the other one is probably going to be... Sure. I don't know if they would specifically call it Nurgle base like that. I don't know how that sits with the lore. In general, anything that has to do with chaos, they'll just refer to it as chaos, and they don't really have classifications and things like that for it, because if you delve too far into the pits of heresy, you tend to get sucked in. It looks like maybe there's a little lower... Oh, never mind. There's an area up there that we haven't looked into. Let's head up to... Dude, I like how our new outfit has a cape. That's how I deem, like, how badass of a character are you in the Warhammer 40K universe is how big are your shoulder pads, how big is your hat, and do you have a cape? Those are the three questions that are frequently asked when trying to classify how much of a badass you are. This does look like the way that we're trying to go right now, but it looks like, oh, the door opens for us. Yay. Auto doors. It looks like maybe we've got a resupply over here for medical supplies. I don't know if I would trust medical supplies that have been in the presence of Nurgling cultists or Nurglite cultists, but oh, we got a refractor field. Nice. I like refractor fields. I would also make the loot a little bit bigger for the player to see. Like, I would make it larger in the world and give it kind of like some kind of swirl or shininess around it maybe that helps it stand out a tad, because sometimes it's hard to tell in this game if you're even looting something that's on the ground right there. Like, you know you looted something, but the text gets in the way with all the special effects and whatnots that are happening.
Detecting a mutagenetic agent in your bloodstream, Inquisitor. Evasive maneuver advised.
Okay, I'm just wanting some more grenades. That's all that I really want. I want to resupply my grenades so that I can blow stuff up the way that I know the Emperor intended. Give you guys a little bit of this, and then I'll give you a little bit of that right there. Yup, cut them all down. Yeah, that's that good stuff. Y'all didn't know I had a backup plan like that. I'm going to give you a grenade because it looks like people are rendezvousing on you. Kill streak has been built up. We'll go ahead and incinerate a few more foes of the Imperium. There we go. And then we will knock out this Nurgle hive. Perfect. Mission is completed.
Our response time. Such mistakes deserve immediate retribution.
Well, it was pretty immediate. I'm not going to lie to you. It was pretty immediate. Not a whole lot of loot on this run, but hey, we're up and out of here. Nurgle has been expunged from this place. No longer a worry, although I wonder why you sent me. Like, why don't we just burn the whole thing down, you know what I mean? Like, that tends to be the inquisitorial response for most things in the Warhammer 40K universe is like, can we shoot it? And if after we shoot it, is there a chance for, like, repeated problems? If there's a chance for repeated problems, just nuke it from orbit. Just nuke it from orbit. So we could take a... Ooh, we've got a chainsword right there in case we want to get nice and melee. We've got some assault armor. We've got an implant right there. I'm going to take the greatsword. Let's take the chainsword and see what's going on right there. In addition, we've got a second one right here because we've been doing the quest that it wants us to do. We've got a Mars pattern las gun right there. That sounds pretty sexy. We've also got a flamer. Ooh, so flamethrower versus... Ooh, that's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. We've also got some kind of support war gear, a digital weapon. It looks like it deals damage, but I don't know what it does. Dude, I'm going to have to take the flamer. I'm going to have to take the flamer. Everything in this game has tried to run up on us so far. And so if I can set it on fire, sounds pretty sexy to me. Yeah, I think we get everything that's inside the pack right there. I don't think we get to choose. I think it just gives us everything. And my suggestion is maybe let's get rid of the plasma pistol and have a flamer. Yup, dude, flamers, yep. We will cure this darkness with glorious and holy promethium. We've also got rare power armor right there. Go ahead and equip that up real fast to increase our score a little bit further, up to 85. We're moving along. We get +1 to warfare if we rock that right there. We get damage resistance from the other ones. It's cool, I guess. It's cool. Can I sort this stuff? Is there any way to, like, sort these things by type? Also, can the text box go somewhere else? I don't like it. I can't see how much credits I have. That does 47 damage and lowers our cooldown for frag grenades and gives us HP. So obviously we're going to go ahead and equip that. We've got an eye implant right there. Raises our critical chance. I think a lot of this stuff is just holdovers that we had previously. I'm curious about this digital weapon right here. I want to find out what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and equip it. It looks like it's better for us regardless of what it is. And then on this side, let's take a weapon we haven't played around with yet. I'm going to swap on over to our las gun, which has been our best friend in Darkest Deeps. We've got a better pattern laser gun, so I'm going to go ahead and equip that too. And there it is. We've got like a nicer las gun that's going to rock for us right now. As far as skills go, we haven't leveled up yet, so we don't have anything right there, but warfare is moving right along. Let me go to... Oh, I don't know. We'll go to the store maybe, or maybe the crafting. See if these guys can help us out with anything. It looks like we can throw away some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and salvage this gun. Thule shotgun's out of the way. We got ourselves an electro fragment. I'm going to get rid of that shotgun too. There's another electro fragment. There it is. Get rid of the plasma pistol. Lots of electro fragments, weirdly enough. I'm going to keep the chainsword because we're going to try that out a little bit later. We also probably want to do some crafting over here. And so it looks like we've got some holy alloys right there. Yup. I prefer my allies to not have holes in them, but you take what you can get in the Imperium. The salvaging system can be rough. We can also get rid of some of this armor. Sounds good to me. There we go. Yeah, lots of alloys for the future. Then, what can I craft out of this stuff that we currently have? So, if I have access to electro fragments, blessed alloys, chemical reagents, and I think that I do, can we just slot that in? Is that how this works? Okay, so we slot it in, and I could make myself a signum. What other stuff can I make? We can make armor, we can make add-ons, we can make all kinds of good stuff in here. Let's go for... I don't know. Let's go for a belt slot, maybe? We'll throw in a holy alloy right there, a blessed alloy. I suppose maybe I'll start from the top. Is that not how that works? So we've got random enchantments over here too. Maybe belts are not in yet because it's not lighting up for the belt right now, but it is lighting up for this one right here. Like if I wanted to make myself a purity seal, it looks like that's available to me. And so how does the random enchantment work? Can I add extra stuff to it? It takes 30 minutes to craft, so I suppose we'll keep a purity seal under observation for right now. We don't necessarily have a huge amount of time to run another mission, so I'm going to keep this one a little bit short. Let me know if you want to see more Rebel and Nurgle extermination here at the channel. My name is Splattercat. This game is called Warhammer 40K Inquisitor Martyr. If you guys like what you saw so far, by all means, check out the game down below. I do think it needs a lot of work, But the game, they said that it's really early on when you load into the game. It's like, hey, this is a really early access build of the title. It's nowhere near done. So I'm trying to keep my critiques to a minimum and trying to offer suggestions along the way for what I think would make the game a little bit better so far. If you like what you saw, you can get the game down below. You can purchase it for yourself right now. The price is definitely expensive at $50. It is an expensive little title. Aside from that, if you wanted to support me in showing off indie games here on the channel, you can check out the Patreon. I stream every single day at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you wanted to check out a live stream of any of the games that I've been featuring right now, I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping on in, and as always, may the glory and light of the Imperial Throne protect you as you travel throughout the warp. Hi to everybody, and I'll see you next time.